And now, yeah, I can see there is some questions in the chat, but if you want to, I think it's even better if you want to open your camera and your microphone, or only your microphone. If you don't want to open your camera, that's fine. But if you want to ask a question, or even you can give some advice about your experience, how this interview went wrong for you and what did you learn from it, I think now we can exchange on all these topics.
Thank you so much, Esther. It was a really detailed and sophisticated workshop. Lots of very, very interesting insights. I like the story about the guy who wasn't accepted because he didn't say hello and bye to the receptionist. Yeah. And when you say everything is about the attitude, it's really, really true. This is what everybody is looking for: a good and positive attitude, and you have to show that in the interview. So thank you so much. And if anybody has questions, please ask. We have some questions in the chat, but if you have any questions, guys, please go ahead.
Hi, Esther. Can I ask a question?
Yes, sure.
Yeah. So I heard you speaking about the long process that can take to the interview, the testing, everything. So I was wondering if in this current market, for someone that is trying to get into the Dubai market from outside, how much more difficult would be to be in this situation? Or what advice would you give? Would you advise someone to go into Dubai for a week or for a period and arrange some interviews in case, of course, he manages to get it? Or, just stay and wait for these things, to take the long run and wait 6 months or whatever it's needed just to get to this point?
Is it Ricardo?
Yes. It's me. Hi.
Hi, how are you? No, so it depends. If you basically, if you had experience in Dubai before and you are not in Dubai at the moment, it will be easier. If you don't have at all experience in Dubai, yes, it can be hard. I have a friend in that case trying to come back to Dubai for a while, and indeed, if you have the possibility to come for a week, it's always much better because you have to, people, even though now it's all virtual, at some point they want to meet face to face. So even though now they will agree to do one virtual introduction, they will ask you to a face to face meeting at some point. And then some companies, because there is lots of people in the market, they will just go for the easier option, as you would have done if you have to hire someone in your team and you have two talented people, one in Dubai and one in Europe or in Africa or in Egypt. Or would you choose the one in Dubai or the one that's not here? Just because it will be a bit more struggle, because they will have also to negotiate a relocation package. They will have to make sure. Also, they are scared that they offer you the job and then you relocate to Dubai and then you might not be happy, or your family will not be happy and you will not stay long term. So if they know you've been there for 10 years, they know you will stay another 10 potentially. But that's why they will always go for the easiest and they will always prioritize someone in Dubai. Now, if you had the experience previously in Dubai, it's much better also, because also what they are scared of, if they hire someone from outside the country, they are scared they will not know how to deal with the standard here. I know in architecture you have a lot of standards to follow that are different from a country to another. The type of clients are different. The type of mindset is different. So they are scared you will not be able to adapt well to the Middle East. So if you have previous experience, it's really important to highlight it. And if you have the opportunity to come to Dubai, again, mention this in your email. I will be in Dubai on these dates, available for face-to-face interview. And you just don't book your flight yet, just mention it and try to first secure few interview, see the date that works best, book your flight, and then contact all other companies, say I will be there, let's meet for a coffee, anyone you know, and try to meet as many people as you can. Now, I know there is some countries that are not fortunate to be able to have a visit visa in Dubai so easily. So yes, the process will be longer when you are not here and more difficult. Your chances are a bit less. I'm trying to be transparent. It's not what you want to hear, but
that's what we all need. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Esther.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I can see some messages in the chat box also. As a fresher, is it possible to get a job in Dubai? Or should take at least 2-3 years experience? Yeah, fresh graduate is, there is job, but usually they will ask you to start on a junior position or fresh graduate position. That's not what pays the best salaries here. But junior option, freelancer option is good to start somewhere. But you have your chance. Again, as I said, you will have to make sure, because there is a lot of graduates in this field. So you will have to have a super nice portfolio that make they want to hire you, where we can see your passion, anything that's a bit different from other people, basically. Thank you, Fatima, for the comment. Aditya, I have 3 years of experience in Revit and CAD. I was working as a BIM modeler in home country. Now I came to Dubai on a visit visa. Will I get a job? Again, so when you don't have experience at all in Dubai, some company will give you your chance, yeah? The salary will be less. So let's say you have 3 years experience in your home country, or you have 3 years experience in Dubai, the salary will be there will be quite of a significant difference. You have to be ready to compromise on the salary at the beginning, so you can get your experience here. And then quickly, after only 1 year, when you are used to Dubai and you show your skills, you ask for promotion or salary raise. And if the company doesn't want you, start looking elsewhere. But your first job in Dubai, we all been in this case, unless you came on a very, very good time, where people was giving crazy good relocation package for people to come to Dubai. Now, even me, when I first came, my salary was terrible. I was living on a maid room, sharing an apartment. But we all have to start somewhere, to be honest. Especially when you are still young, and 3 years experience is not a lot. So don't expect a big salary at the beginning. That's all I would say. But you'll get your chance for some company. And especially now, beginning of the year and last year, there was no position and lots of candidates. Now, what I can see for the last 2-3 months, every companies are hiring right now. There is a big boom because I think projects have started again. So they need a lot of people and available. The fact that you're available immediately in Dubai on Visit Visa is plus, because they know you can start tomorrow. They may ask you to do a trial, just do it. But right now I can see a lot of open position. Unfortunately, not that senior level position or director. And again, the salary have been a bit going down. Some surveys say 20 to 30%, depending on the industry. So you'll have to compromise somehow, because you don't have experience here. But with the right attitude, you'll get a job here. Dilshad, what are some absolute necessary to add to our design portfolio? I would say absolute necessary is the projects you worked on and the stage of the design. Let's say if you are an all-round designer, I want to see all the stages. I want to see some concept ID, some mood board, some schematic, technical, some FF&E selection, everything. And if you want to go into more on an FF&E position, put more and more FF&E. If you want to go into technical, put more and more technical. We need to know who you are and what you want in your portfolio. But the must is, if you're a fresh graduate, you might not have only some internship, or even maybe if you didn't do any internship. But again, you worked on freelance, anything that's, because sometimes when I see student portfolio, me personally as a recruiter, I don't understand the student work. I need to see a real project, even if it was to help a friend or anything you've done. And again, if you don't have much to showcase, make sure you showcase your art if you have, your photography if you have, even one page about who you are with a nice picture of you, what you like. I really like it in a portfolio when there is a big picture at the beginning with the story of who you are. It's really good. HP. Hi, I have more than 2 years experience in a design firm in Abu Dhabi and 4 years in Pakistan as an architect and construction manager. I'm coming to Dubai this month and what salary should I expect? Thank you for that question, but this is the one question I don't have an answer. I'm really sorry, but the salary, so I'm French, and for us in Europe, we have salary range for each position. So a junior will be being paid between this and this, a mid-level, and so on and so on. Here in Dubai, there is no rule. Like, I'm really struggling to advise on this question because I can see some people with 2 years experience with crazy good salaries and some with 20 years experience really underpaid. And how is this happening and why is this happening? Mostly how you have been negotiating your salary. So the best time to negotiate your salary is when you are already employed, you've been 2 years with the same company, you've been doing well, you ask for a pay rise at this time. And if they like you, they don't want you to leave, they're scared for you to leave, they will offer you what you want. But let's say, or if you're still employed and you want to move because you feel underpaid, also you can ask a big salary raise. And if the other company really liked your skills, they will give you whatever you want. I have some clients, they tell me, I don't have a budget, I will pay anything for the right person, basically. And that's where you have all the strengths to negotiate. Now, when you are not employed, it makes it a bit more difficult because the company usually will take advantage and they will try to get you to the lower possible, thinking, they are not employed, they will join anyway. So it's a bit more difficult to negotiate. And that's when you should a bit compromise on the salary and just go for it and then renegotiate. I always advise to go for what you've been offered and renegotiate. But again, there is no standards about 4 years experience, and because there is some company also are known for paying very, very good salaries. And depending also the developer, usually, for example, they pay better salary and they give the benefits, they give schooling, flight ticket, everything, all add up, allocation, housing. So all added up, it becomes huge package. And usually small studio, even especially if it's new studio, they don't have so much power in terms of salary. So the salary will be lower. So there is no answer to that question, to be honest. Aditya, thank you. Vishal, how is the career in BIM in Dubai? Are there any good opportunity in BIM industry? Yeah, I think BIM and the research software in BIM. Well, I'm not an architect myself, so I'm not the best. But it's been maybe 7 years, let's say, more and more companies are asking for Revit. Before it was only for architecture, now slowly in interior design. And they always need a BIM leader to either implement when they didn't use it before, or to manage a team that's already in place. Lots of my clients are asking for BIM and especially Revit. I know there is other software, but usually they ask for Revit. Galaxy. I have 10 years sales experience in Oman. Now I came to Dubai on visit visa. I'm sending resume to all of the furniture company, but not getting proper response. If possible, please get me the best chance. Industry is office furniture. Yeah, you can definitely send me your CV. The problem with sales position, and especially sales when you don't have the experience here in Dubai, let's say architect, if you don't have the experience here in Dubai, the skills are very much transferable because being an architect elsewhere or here is similar. The problem with sales is most of my clients, and maybe that's why you don't get answer, they want someone that comes in and that can close the deal after 2 months. What does that mean? They want someone that has been working in Dubai for the past few years. So they already have the network. So they will come in and they will immediately use their previous contact. Now, most of the companies, especially the furnitures, are developing the Saudi market. If you find a company that wants actually to develop Oman market, it's very good because you will have the contact in Oman. But if your job was international and you've been dealing with architects in all the GCC, you have to highlight it because it's not. If not, they will just see, oh, he has 10 years experience in Oman, so this person don't have the right network here in Dubai. And as quickly as that, they will just not interview you, which is frustrating. Dilshad, how much salary can one expect with 2 years experience from home country? And I read the December, January months are holidays time, so recruitment is more. So this I already answered about the salary. Here it's very, very difficult to say because there is big difference between the company. But about the months, historically as a recruiter, December, it's right, because there is a lot of people here celebrating Christmas, New Year, Thanksgiving, all this. So from 15 December to 2nd of January, don't expect anything. However, January has always been my best month ever. Most of the people, they want to start the year with fresh team. They have the budget to hire, and for you to start in January usually means you had the interview in November or December. So right now, there is lots of interview for people to be able to start in January. So no, January is best month through that December, but only toward the really end of December, nothing's happening. And then for me, where I see it very slow, even Ramadan is always quite busy. People will think it's not busy, but Ramadan also is quite busy. The only period where really it's slow, and if you want to come and visit visa to search for a job, it's really summer, like July, August. Lots of people are taking actually 2 months off to their home country. So you will not have decision maker here. So even if you manage to meet the HR, they might need to decision maker to come back from holidays, and also, yeah. Previously, Dubizzle helped me find a good job. I don't know about Dubizzle. I use Dubizzle for my apartment. I don't know about job search in Dubizzle. As a recruiter, I don't search for talent people there, to be honest. Should we be printed a design portfolio or soft copy? So no, nowadays you don't have to print it. Soft copy, it's perfectly fine. But please, oh yeah, that's very important, Dilshad, and thank you for your comments. Bring your portfolio in interview. Like lots of people, they don't bring their portfolio. The interviewer will have it, but most of the time they will not print it. So if you have it on, if you like the old school way and you have it on a printed hard copy, it's good. But soft copy is more than enough. It can be on a tablet, on an iPad. It can be even worst case, you don't have a tablet and you don't want to buy one only for interview. It's fine. You bring it on a USB flash, and the interviewer will be able to plug it and to go through it with you. But you must have your portfolio. It's a must. What is the scope of modular interior design job? Example, IKEA. I'm not too sure. I work mostly with design companies, contractors, some furniture company, but IKEA, which is more retail, I don't, to be honest. I think I missed the first question, so I will go back. That was Israel. Hi, Esther, thank you for my question is, as an architect, how easy and what is required to transition from a contractor to consultant? Okay, depends. Again, if you're very good at what you do and you are confident enough and you have the right attitude, everything is possible. Everything, basically, really. Again, you will have maybe to compromise a little bit on salary because there is something skills will be missing, but then it depends, because if you're with a contractor, they have in-house design team and you've been designing and you want to go to a design consultant, it's fine. But if you have done purely site, sometimes the interior design companies, they need also site people, but they will want some site coming from design consultancy. So this way it's a bit difficult. The other way, from a consultant to a contractor, it's always easier. But again, with the right attitude, you can achieve anything. Critics sometimes helps and also to become a good leader. Yeah, that's very true, Naomi. I also like some good critics. Any tips for salary expectation question for fresh graduates? I have a client recently hired a fresh graduate. As a recruiter, we don't work on a fresh graduate position because you must know that the design company, they will pay kind of lots of money to recruiter to get candidates. So they will ask usually for more senior roles. They will not use recruiters for fresh graduate, but I have a client recently told me hired a fresh graduate and it's between 8 to 12,000 anywhere. When you are, let's say, yeah, when you graduated as an interior designer in Dubai, between 8 to 12, 12 usually it's 1 year experience, I would say, but 8 to 10. Before it was much better than that. Dilshad, is there a particular dress code for the interviews? Yeah, thank you for that question. I spoke about it quickly earlier, but not that much. Again, if you were going for a banking position, I will tell you wear a suit and a tie. But here, really, you want how you dress is so important, like, because you must feel confident. This is all about you. If you feel a bit more confident with, let's say, a jean, but still a shirt, you still have to be a little bit corporate. But if you feel more yourself with a jean and a nice shirt, well ironed, and this is how you feel powerful and all, it's fine, because designers, especially, they are not usually dressed super corporate. But if you go on a leadership role, like, for example, you apply for the managing director of the company and you're expecting to do public speaking and meet important clients, they want you to dress with a suit, basically. But it really depends on the position. Some candidates are asking me, female also, it's fine to wear a dress. I know I got these questions a lot. Dress, skirt are fine in the Middle East. It's all good. You have to be, it's a right balance. It has to be appropriate. It has to be professional. You don't want to have like short sleeves or like come in a short and flip flop, of course, but you don't have, it's not true that you always have to be with like a 3-piece suit, and not for designers and not for every level of position. And especially your interviewer will not be dressed because maybe that day will be casual, but still you have to show that you've done some effort, that you came for an interview. And I know sometimes also my clients are asking for people to come in interview on so short notice that the person will be telling me I was on site, I'm not dressed, and I will inform the interviewer and it will be fine. But you have to feel confident. Don't wear, for women, don't wear the latest heels that you just buy and you cannot work with it. What software skills are necessary for job roles as an architect or interior design? Software, it depends again. If you're very senior, you will not be asked to sit and draft. But if you're more junior, usually they will ask you to do some technical inputs or CAD, AutoCAD. Even if you're all-round designer from concept, they will ask you to be able to do elevation and plan, and so AutoCAD. And then if you're more into 3D, 3D Max, InDesign. There is lots of software now. If you're more creative, there is Lumion also. I can see a lot, Rhinoceros. It depends again. What software skills? It depends again on what you want for your career, and that's the part of the thing that you have to know before. If you want to spend your career as a CAD draftsman, which can be your passion, to go very much into detail, make sure you are super good in CAD and that you have been doing all the latest course and you know all about the latest version and everything. If you want more of all-round position, they will not ask you to be so specific into one software. Now I have a company, again, I think I told earlier, asking me for talent, for architects that are talented with Grasshopper, like for some reason. Not all of them, but sometimes. So any software that you know, just include it. Batul, how should we address in email if we don't know the name of the hiring manager? Yeah, if you don't know The name is fine. Yeah, because earlier I think I said it's wrong to put dear concerned. It would have been fine if my email address was not Esther@LNC, but because my name is in the email, you should at least put my name. And because if you find my email, usually it's because I advertised. But if you don't know the name, it's fine to not put it. It's all good. You don't always know. That's true. You don't always know the name of the hiring person. Is Arabic speaking required? No, I don't speak Arabic. Most of the designers don't. Sometimes it's a plus, especially now that the design company are developing a lot the Saudi market. I'm sure you all know that Saudi is booming now. So they have a lot of clients that are actually Saudi, and not all of them speak English. So sometimes it will be a plus to be Arabic, but a must, to be honest, in 8 years, I almost never had this requirement. Sometimes on sales position, again, if they want to develop some area of the Middle East, but everyone speaks English here. Should we apply to websites of companies or go for walk-in? Walk-in, it's, I would say, it's a bit old school. It can be good, but I would say it's a bit waste of time, because you will walk in the office and you will see the receptionist, and the receptionist, they have been taught, they are taught to they will not say, okay, you want to see the MD is here. No, they know they are busy, so they will just politely tell you, okay, please give me your CV and I will pass it on. So it's a bit of waste of time, to go from door to door and give your CV, on my opinion. But then it might be your lucky day, and the manager is just here and listening to you, and he likes you and he wants to meet you. But most of the time, it will be better to apply through websites. And even better than that, as I said earlier, if there is your dream company you really want to target, Gensler, Atkins, any company, you go on LinkedIn, you find that HR, you message them, you try to crack their email, you email them, you call the receptionist, you say you sent your CV, you make sure somehow they know that you have applied. Can you please tell us some good companies who work in BIM Revit? There is some companies that do purely BIM outsource, like Omnix, or like they will have an outsource, and they will have the BIM team to work for the other companies. But then I know most of them, like for example, I work with BSBG, they use Revit. Most of the architectural company now, they use Revit. Is dear Sir Madam okay to address for email? I would put dear all if there is many people, or hello, or even dear concerned, as I saw if there is no name. But dear Sir Ma'am, especially Ma'am, no, doesn't sound well to me. Is LinkedIn enough to apply? It can be. LinkedIn is the main thing, let's say, where you have the best chances is LinkedIn. But it's always good to try other options. Also, there was in the presentation few websites like Bait. Bait can work well, Golf Talent. Indeed, for some reason, especially if you're quite junior, fresh graduate, I can see lots of people here saying that they don't have experience here. For the lower level position, Indeed works super well, because now the recruiter, they are able to also put some tests for screening the candidates. And also, I know a lot of using Indeed. Indeed, it works actually quite very good at the moment. But LinkedIn is the best, especially if you can make your profile being attractive, like by liking, commenting, following, connecting to not everyone, but most of the time in LinkedIn, whenever you target someone and you do a nice introduction, people will accept the connection, because it's a social media for professional. So it's not like Facebook, or if they are not your friend, they will not accept you. Here they will accept you because they might interact with you in the future. So connect. I think that's all for the questions. I don't know if I missed any. Even if you want to share about your experience, bad experience, good experience, you can. But I think I replied everyone. Oh, this one I didn't reply. Shaheen, what is the scope of sustainable consultant in Dubai job market? So yeah, sustainability is more and more companies are asking for sustainable consultants, but it's a big market. It's completely different for a large engineering group where they will build a full headquarter like DIRA recently, where there will be no submission, carbon and all, where it's like all the city in Masdar City, for example. And even in small boutique design firm now, you know, they talk a lot about sustainable and greenery and sustainable design. So again, it really depends if it's for a small interior design boutique, large engineering. How many years experience shall we take in home country? Oh, sorry, I'm not sure I understand this question, Vishal. If as many as you have, I mean. Dilshad, are there any jobs there for us designers in Expo 20? No, because Expo design is done for a while now. That was 6 months, 1 year, 2 years ago that all the design were done. Now, believe it or not, the construction has been finished maybe last week, just before the opening, and still some construction, like it was really, the construction was up to really recently, let's say, because they work till the deadline. But the design have been done a long time ago. So now design jobs are a lot about Dubai, yes, the rest of the Emirates. Now there is a lot of design happening for Saudi, because Saudi is doing what Dubai has done 20, 30 years ago. They are constructing a lot. They have a vision to be one of the most attractive countries for tourism. So they are building 5-star hotel everywhere. So now but most of the designers are still in Dubai, which is good. Most of the company and the design is done in Dubai, and most of the construction then is done in Saudi. So if you're a construction person, you might have some opportunity in Saudi if it's something you're interested in. But for design, it's still been done from here. I know also a lot of countries around here I develop, like Ethiopia, I heard they do 5-star hotel. But the design usually is done from here, which is good. And construction, might have to travel a bit more. Although there is still new construction in Dubai, but it's a lot also of renovation now. Scope of interior designers. Again, it really depends. Some interior designers will be very much all-rounders, and they will do everything from the concept design, the pre-concept, client meeting, understanding what they need, coming up with an idea, and then managing the detailing and all the process. And even when it's on site as a consultant, they will check that all the construction is done as per the drawings. Some designers in some company, and because that's what their skills are, will be there to only come up with concept, do all the competition, all the creative work, all the idea generation. Some companies also are very fast track, so they take a lot of small projects. So here they need a lot of concept also people. And some designer will be very much technical. So it's really depends. Any upcoming workshop event you would like to suggest, please, for designers? There is Design Week next week. I don't know if it's next week. What date are we? Next week or in 2 weeks in Dubai Design District. So that's very good. All the companies are here. There is a lot of showcase. It's a bit about art and interior design more than engineering and all, but it's really good. Lots of companies out there. Again, upcoming there is But IDGXB, it's always a good option. As I said, it's once a month. You can follow them on Facebook. I think it's on the 17th of November. Go to Expo also. You might meet some people there. Events, I can think of more right now, but Design Week would be good. And I think the Big Five also. Will it be okay if I come to Dubai for job hunting after having 2 years of experience, or shall I wait for more years? Ah, okay, I think that's the same question of before. I understand now. I think when you want to do something, just do it. No need to wait. And especially now it's a good time because lots of companies are hiring. It's very busy. So I think the market is quite good at the moment compared to, of course, last year. So it's not about how many years experience, but again, how is your attitude, how passionate you are, and then you'll get a job. It's not about I have 2 years experience, 10 years, 3 years. It's the same struggle when you don't have the Middle East experience anywhere. Whether you have 10 years in your home country or 1 year, you will have less chances than someone that's already here. But again, you have all your chances with the right attitude. Saif, having more than 10 years experience as a 3D visualizer in UAE, but no response, keep applying. What you could advise to find a job in the present? Some companies are asking your experience, your previous salary, and hang the phone. No any news. Yeah, so a 3D, your portfolio is key, to be honest. Because I'm not an architect, but when I'm searching for 3D, I need to see very, very nice visual. I need to see the light is done well. I need to feel that your visual are looking like it's picture almost. So work on your portfolio as much as you can. Make sure it's very, very nice. And if you feel that the company are hanging the phone when you say your previous salary, maybe instead of just say my previous salary was this much, and I'm flexible in expectation depending on what you have to offer, I will be interested in talking more about the role itself rather than starting with the salary. Try to build the conversation not around the salary. If you feel that you've been too expensive, and maybe I really don't know because I don't know what's your salary expectations and all. Maybe you are. Maybe also you should consider that the salaries have been going down a little bit. So something you used to get, like now 10 years experience, something you used to get 8 years ago, it's not happening anymore. I've seen the salary going down a little bit more each year. So you have to know that the salaries are not that good as before. Some companies you have to compromise, and lots again, it's very, very busy right now, which is very good. Lots of companies are hiring. The market is picking up, but lots of companies still have some cash flow issue due to the pandemic, because all the projects have stopped and they had to maintain the salary. So they need more staff. They need to hire because they have work, but they cannot afford to have them on the same salary as before. And I know some candidates will take it very, very wrong. They will say, you know, with my expertise, I deserve much more. They just take advantage of the crisis, but you have also to put them on the employer's shoes. And usually it's not that they take advantage, it's really that they had some difficulty. So they cannot pay the same as they used to. But it will come back up eventually. What importance does PMP certification have in Dubai? Does it increase the salary for an individual, or PMP has little or no value? PMP for project manager, it's very good, obviously, especially if you are, for example, let's say a designer and you want to go into more project manager. It's really good to say that you are in your PMP certification. So it shows that you are going to work there, especially when you want to transit from purely design to project management. Otherwise, the thing is, most of the PM have it, so I don't know how much it makes a difference, but especially when you want to transition or when you're not yet into a PM position, it's good to have it. It's a plus, always a plus. I haven't experience in both design and project management. Which companies should I apply? But there is design companies, there is project management consultancies. It's not about what experience you have, it's about what you want, what you like more. Do you want to keep doing both, project manage and design at the same time? Do you want to go more into design? Do you want to go more into project management? And depending on that, you should choose, knowing that if design is what you like and what you love, the best place to design is design companies. Then contractors, they have design and build, but usually the design will be a bit less part. Developer also, they tried, lots of developers have tried to build in-house design team, but it seems that it didn't work well, and now developers, they don't have much in-house design team. I think that's all for the questions. I have experience in is a 3 months visit visa enough? Again, depends about you and your luck and your attitude. Sorry, I think I said attitude 100 times today. But sometimes it's not only about attitude. It's about being at the right place at the right time also. Sometimes you can arrive and just meet the right people that are hiring and get your job. Like I have some position, really. The client is contacting me. I send 2 profiles. The day after they are interviewing, they are immediately available. 3 days after they are starting, they are employed. Or at least they start on a 2 weeks paid trial. And sometimes, and it's not about the candidates, but the company. Sometimes for the same position, it will be dragged in 6 months, 1 year. I'm still searching for the same position because they meet people, then they realize that the requirements has changed, then the budget has changed, then their whole team has been restructured, so they don't need this, but they need that instead. So it's not, yes, with the right attitude, you'll get whatever you want, but the timing sometimes it's not only about you, it's about them. And if you're at the right place at the right time, and this is the right time, I would say, from what I can see. If you're willing to compromise a little bit and understand that in terms of salary, yes, some companies pay the same salary as before, but most of them no. If you're ready to compromise, it's the right time to be in Dubai and to apply, I would say. How about the importance of MBA for managerial design position? Not really. Again, if you are a design manager, usually you progress. Promotion are going through your career, so that's something also even if you are a bit junior and all, you need to be mindful about that. That you cannot quit your job and say, now I was a mid-level, I want to become a senior and apply for senior. No, you have to, when you are employed, ask for promotion, work toward promotion, become a design manager. Say, I love what I do, but I would like to be able to manage more people. And if it's a crisis time, say, the salary is not an issue, but the title is. So please promote me to design manager, get me some people in my team. So talk to your management, discuss possibility. And the best way to have a promotion is to ask the question, what KPIs or what should I achieve to get my promotion? So your manager may tell you, okay, once you have designed 2 projects on your own and the client is satisfied, we will give you your promotion. Or if you're a sales, once you achieve the 5 million per year of sales, you'll get your promotion. So at least if it's tangible and your manager told you what you have to get, then once you've done it, you say, now I need my promotion, and then you become a design manager. It's not about what did you study. And recently some candidate told me, I should be, I want a manager position. And she was fresh graduate. And I was telling her, to manage, you need experience first. She was like, no, I need a design manager role already. I learned management, but it doesn't work like this. Management is not only about what you study. So yes, MBA, any qualification is a plus. I always study. I love to study. I love to invest in myself. Anything you can do on the side to improve your skills. PMP, MBA, learn another software, anything you can do in top. But I know your life is busy and usually when you work, you don't have much time. It's always a plus. But how do you progress your career and how do you have a nice career is by being with the company, staying long term, working hard, working through promotion. That's always still the best